Welcome, everybody, to week 10 of the NFL Presidential Address. On this episode, we're going to look at four total bets: the Carolina-Chicago game, Green Bay and Pittsburgh, Washington and Seattle, and Atlanta and Arizona. I'm Lawrence Presman, your host and co-founder of WagerTalk Media, owner of WagerTalk.com, SportsMemo.com, and the oldest sports betting publication on the planet, The Gold Sheet. Let's get straight into it, guys. Carolina going into Chicago this Thursday night. We're taping on Wednesday. Tuesday, the total in this game was 40. About 5 minutes ago, it was 39. And currently, it has dropped down to 38.5. And well, I love the under, even with the line move. Can someone please explain to me how this has 38.5 on it? Carolina is the sixth worst scoring team in the NFL. They're averaging 17.5 points a game. Chicago, well, they're in the bottom half of the league in scoring, averaging just under 21 points a game. And that includes a lot of games that Justin Fields played. Both of these teams are in the bottom 10 in passing yards. Now, I get that both of these teams have crappy defenses. But the Bears did hold the Raiders to 12, Minnesota to 19, and Washington to 20. We have seen some good efforts from the Bears defense, and Montez Sweat looked amazing on Sunday, and I think their defense will be better moving forward. The reason this total must be 38.5 is, frankly, everybody just thinks these defenses suck, and I get it. But like I said, when we played the Washington against the Patriots last Sunday, if you can't score, you just can't score. And neither of these teams can score. Not only that, but we have the Thursday night under in effect. Neither of these teams will have much time to prepare, and it seems every Thursday night football game goes under. Now, I can go on and on about this game, but the bottom line is both these teams suck offensively, and there will be more field goals than touchdowns in this game. If the score ended 23 to 13, 26 to 13, well, 26 to 13 gets us over, but nobody is going to score 26 points. But I mean, somebody has to put up 20 points for a game to go over 38.5, and I don't know which team is going to do it. I think a realistic score to this game is 17-16, 20-16, 20-17. All of those numbers get us under the total. On top of that, the weather is changing. There will be more running in this game. And well, frankly, on and on and on. We're going to continue with the Thursday night under trend and take Carolina and Chicago under the total of 38.5. Now, before we get into the next three games, I do want to make mention my record last week on these 8 games that I gave out, 5-3. My record on the year across all my NFL presidential addresses is 61 wins and 44 losses. That's a 58% win rate. I am so happy with that. I think it's awesome. We've just been killing it. As for my clients, well, they won again last Sunday, making it 5 Sundays out of the last 7 have been winners. My ATS bets are insane. My total bets are on a roll. The only bets that I've been losing in NFL this year are my prop bets, and I'm shelving them for the year. There will not be any Prez prop bets moving forward. I do have a promo for you guys, and before I get into that, I got to tell you guys, I'm in the middle of a 2-week run that I haven't seen in ages. I've started the NBA season 10-2. 10 wins, 2 losses. I'm on a 10-1 run in the NBA. My NHL is absolutely dominant right now. I'm up double-digit units on the season. I'm on an 8-1 NHL totals run. I'm on a 66% NHL run in my last 20 plays. My college basketball made big money last year. My NFL last November was ridiculous. My college football has won the last 2 Saturdays in a row. So with that said, get an all-access pass, 30 days for only $8 a day. That's $8 a day. Use the promo code PREZ30. That's PREZ30 30 and grab a full month all access pass to my bets. Now, let's turn our attention to Green Bay against Pittsburgh. The line in this game was 37.5, but it has been bet up to 39, which radically confuses me. Who the hell is going to score in this game? I think I'd bet the under 34 here. Pittsburgh's the third worst scoring team in the league. Third worst, 16.6 points per game. And a lot of those points were scored by the defense, while Green Bay is in the bottom half of the league at 20 points per game. Frankly, Green Bay's 20 points per game is a bit phony, as they put up 38 and 24 in their first two games, and since then have not gotten over 20, period. Yes, in Green Bay's last 6 games, they've scored 20 twice. 4 of those games, they couldn't get to 18. And 2 of those games, they couldn't even get to 13. This is a very bad Green Bay offense, and I don't think anything's going to change. Although neither of these teams can pass the ball, both are in, also, neither of these teams can pass the ball. Both of these teams are in the bottom 10 in passing yards, and both are trying to run the ball all game long. Defensively, both these teams are in the top half of the league in allowing points. Green Bay has been really good in stopping the pass. And although Pittsburgh's weakness is stopping the pass, Green Bay can't take advantage of that. Furthermore, again, we have weather changing. It should be cold and crappy in Pittsburgh. Well, when is it not cold and crappy in Pittsburgh? Well, it wasn't when I went to see the Dead and Co. this summer, but that was in the summer. I've been riding Pittsburgh and Green Bay on the under all year, and why change things up? Pittsburgh is 2-8 to the under in their last 10 and have gone under 6 games in a row. Green Bay is 4-6 to the under in their last 10 and have gone under 4 games in a row. I don't know what I'm missing here, guys, but I don't see how this game goes over the total, and especially now that it has moved to 39, take Green Bay and Pittsburgh under the total of 39 points. Now we turn our attention to Washington, going into Seattle. The line in the Washington-Seattle game is 45.5. We're going to take the over in this game. I know Seattle stunk it up against the Ravens last week, but let's look at what happens when they stink on offense. In game 1 this season, they put up 13 points against the Rams and then came back with 2 games in a row of 37 points each game. Not only that, but they did it again. They did it every time they have a bad offensive output, they come back and they score points in the next game. Seattle is averaging 21.5 points per game. As for Washington, they're also averaging around 21 points per game, and we too have seen them put up some big numbers. In Washington's last 6 games, they've scored over 20 points 5 times, scored over 24 points 4 times, and scored over 30 points twice. Sam Howell is showing himself to be a future legitimate QB in this league, and even though they only put up 20 against the Pats, he still threw for 325 yards. Washington also has the 3rd worst D in points allowed in all of football, and that includes games where Sweat and Young were playing for them. Now they are worse on D, and when all said and done, might end up being the worst defensive unit in the league. The Hawks are not great on D either, sitting in the bottom half of the league in points allowed. And more importantly, both these teams are in the bottom half of the league in passing yards allowed. Washington is the 6th worst pass D in all of football. So here we have 2 offenses that have shown they can put up points against 2 defenses that are not great, and one of them actually stinks. Neither of these teams are going to win many low-scoring games, and this number, well, it's just too low. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 27-23 game. That's 50 points. Take Washington and Seattle over the total of 45.5. Now we turn our attention to Atlanta going into Arizona. The total in this game has been bet up to 44. It opened at 41. Now we've got 44 points, and I'm going to take advantage of that line move and look to bet the under. In order for a football game to get to 44 points, at least one of those teams need to put up 24 points. Okay, 23-21. So 23 points. Now, do I think Atlanta can get to 20? Yeah. I don't think they can get to 24. In Atlanta's 7 games, they have gotten to 24 or over once. And that was last game against Minnesota. Before that, they put up 23, 16, 16, 21, 7, and 6. So it's not totally unreasonable that they don't get anywhere near 24 points. I understand that Murray might play on Sunday. I don't care. He had a tough year last year, and he hasn't had a snap in over a calendar year. We cannot expect him to just get off the couch and throw for 300 yards and 3 TDs. I also know Heineke looks like the Falcons starter. And again, don't care. If he was so good, he wouldn't have been the backup to a really bad Desmond Ridder in the first damn place. 24-17 gets us to 41 points, which is 3 points less than the total. I don't think we see more than 41 points in this game. Take Atlanta and Arizona under the total of 44 points. Guys, there is a part 2. We'll be giving out 4 side bets for you. Please make sure to take advantage of my All Access Pass. The promo code is Prez30. You get 30 days for only $8 a day. And I'm freaking rolling right now. Thanks for watching. Please put up a bunch of comments, like the video, and we will see you on part 2.